Hoennshy by Phoenix. Chapter 7 Wildwoods. And that's how you get kicked out of flight school with style! Rainbow Dash touted as he spun around in the air. The forest was thick with trees, leaving Rainbow Dash's trick obscure in the shadows. Fluttershy didn't mind. She liked hearing her friends talk about themselves, even without visual aid.
Did you really pull it off?
Asked Fluttershy. Yeah, who else has that kind of speed? Rainbow said, flipping once again. She lifted the canopy, slowed her flying, and then landed next to Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie. You know, I think I'm going to go for a walk. The currents are so low I can barely maneuver. Fluttershy and Pinkie laughed.
That's why I liked it when I got here. I've lived in the forest here before, and it was hard to get out without getting hit by trees.
The forest was much bigger than the ones outside of Oakdale Town. Thicker trees were flushed with darker bark, as the deep green moss made its hay across the forest floor. Only small varieties of the light could penetrate the forest ceiling, making the woods appear ominous. Both Rainbow and Pinkie looked around curiously at everything with a mix of excited and annoyed looks. I'm getting a bad every forest vibe from this place, Rainbow stated. I mean, I'm not worried about it or anything. It just reminds me of it, she backpedaled.
Well, since there are strange animals in here, I can see why. I wonder what kind of Pokemon will there be in here? Bugs, maybe?
Fluttershy wondered, checking for any sign of movement or animal sounds. That sounds cool, I guess, Rainbow stated. I was just hoping for something, cooler. By the way, Pinkie, did I give you Pokeballs yet? Pinkie looked up and thought,
No, I'm not even registered for the league. Should I even have a Pokemon? I mean, I wouldn't want to take any of yours.
We need all the help we can get if that Norman guy's right. Rainbow Dash interrupted as she stuck her hoof onto Pinkie's mouth to silence her. She took her hoof out and rubbed it through her new bag, pulling out 3 Pokeballs.
That's good! I can look right now here. You'll be just like Gummy.
She subbed on, I guess.
Oh no, I forgot about Gummy. I hope he's alright. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Fluttershy assured her.
Mr. and Mrs. Cake probably know how to take care of him. He animal's back in my cottage, however. But he needs so much attention. I can't imagine what Mr. and Mrs. Cake are going through.
Pinkie Pie says he stopped down to ponder. The 3 had a good laugh and pressed onward. Red spiked worms crawled on the leaves, along with hanging white and purple cocoons. Only the sound of rustling leaves and the crunching of fallen sticks filled the forest. Maybe Fluttershy had time to relax. The events of the other day still haunted her. The memory of Black Glass, Alice's strange transformation, and the fight with Norman still caused her to shake. She took a deep breath, trying to calm herself and focus. This was a new day, filled with new outfits for her friends, a seaside view of the shallow creeks, and a forest with new animals to explore. Everything was serene, just as Fluttershy liked. Fluttershy's ear perked up. She could hear a small chirp in the distance, something that didn't come from a worm or a cocoon. She thought maybe it was one of those birds that flew with her above Oakdale Town, as she stopped to get a better sense of the noise. Rainbow Pinkie stopped and looked back, confused. Hey, are you alright? Is there one of those weird flashes?
Shh.
Fluttershy shushed him.
Can you hear that? It sounds like a tiny bird in the distance. The sound's coming from the ground and it hasn't moved. That's so strange.
Rainbow looked around, trying to see past the large thicket. I don't hear or see anything except us. Are you sure?
Positive.
Fluttershy crept closer, keeping her ears perked as she listened for any sign of movements. Several chirps made their way through the forest, one each louder than the last one. She increased her speed, weaving her way through the mess of trees until she came upon a large opening. Except for a few twigs and rocks, the area was completely empty. Only a small figure at the other end showed itself from beneath the forest shadows. It was hard to see, but as Fluttershy got closer, she began to notice an orange tint to the figure. Its silhouette became clear to her, causing Fluttershy to stop in her tracks. What's wrong? Rainbow asked, stopping next to Fluttershy.
Over there. That's...
She is closer, trying her best not to startle it. A few more chirps came as she approached. They sounded like sob.
That's Brendan's Torchic.
She spread her wings and flew, landing next to the abandoned bird. Looked at her, staring straight into her eyes.
What are you doing all the way out here? Where's Brendan?
She quietly asked, trying to comfort the distraught Torchic. Wait, Brendan? As in the crazy fire Brendan you were talking about? Rainbow asked instead of Pinkie, as he tried over to Torchic.
Yes, but I don't understand. This was the Pokemon his father gave him.
The Torchic got up and ran around the group. Its small bow of depression seemed gone.
You're so proud of it when you challenged me. What if we can leave here?
First I looked around, trying to find any signs of Brendan. The forest floor was so dense with leaves and moss that if he had left any hoof prints, they would be impossible to find.
He did say he was kind of mean. I mean, I would have.
Piggy chimed in.
Considering how Brendan acted, I don't think it would have done that. It's scared of something.
Fluttershy watched the torchic make its way towards Rainbow Dash. It jumped up and down with glee, causing Rainbow to look down at it. A faint smile ran across her face as he patted it. Looked up at her and smiled back. Laughing, Rainbow reached down and picked up the torchic, holding it up in the air, and began to laugh with her, making Rainbow pick up noises as well.
Toy.
I don't understand. If this is Brendan's, then why is someone ringing around me? Rainbow asked, placing the bird on its back.
Maybe he dislikes you.
Flashlight assumed, walking to the torchic to examine it.
Oh, get it! You can be your first Pokemon ring with Daz. We can celebrate afterwards. I'm sure there's a place to make a kink or something for it like that for Flut.
Rainbow sussed Pinky, ran her hoof across her mouth like a zipper. Pinky nodded and sat down, making the same hoof motion. So, what do you know about casting these things? Rainbow dug into her bag and took out a small Pokeball. She tapped the button, causing it to enlarge to its normal size. Her head tilted back a little, but was quickly went back to pondering.
Well, I don't think you can catch a Pokemon that another pony owns. It just doesn't sound right.
Fireside explained.
I think.
Only one way to find out, Rainbow exclaimed. We should try it out. She took a Pokeball and tossed it in her hoof, ready to catch the bird. What do I do? Just toss it?
Maybe we should try it with ours first. I'm not sure you want my small toss in the shell.
Fireside looked down at Alice, who nodded at suggestion. She stepped away from Alice, waiting for Rainbow to make her move. With a quick toss, the Pokeball bounced off of Alice's shell, causing it to bounce in the air and open up. It became enveloped in white light, turning to a wisp of energy. One side of the Pokeball had clutched shut. Only a moment later, it burst open a green light, gleaming Alice out, and back to its original form.
Well, I guess that didn't work. What should we do then? We can't leave it here.
Fireside started to pace, looking at the forest canopy.
Wait, where is it?
Pinky asked as he frantically searched. The other two turned their heads and looked in disbelief. It was gone. Fireside tried it out to the perimeter of the treeless opening and poked her head between the trees to look at it. Rainbow took off, hovering just above the canopy. The three yelled out to the torchic, trying to catch his attention. Pass after pass yielded no results. Distraught, Fireside approached the two Pokeballs that lay in the clearing.
Did you find anything?
Fireside asked over hung hello.
No, that's all there are in these Pokeballs. Oh, maybe you can measure some memory things to find out.
Pinky suggested.
But it always shows up when something weird happens. Also, I've never tried Ashley Country before. You gotta try. Maybe you'll be able to find it faster.
Fireside slowly nodded and swallowed nervously. Breathing became stirred with attention, but she closed her eyes and concentrated. She could only hear the ambient sounds of the forest and saw nothing but black. Only memories that appeared were ones of her own. She bit her lips, straining to get a memory to appear. After a few moments, a wave of wooziness fell over her. She stumbled to the left, almost falling over. Dizzy heard faint cries for help. It became louder and louder, and each time it began to hurt Fireside's ears. Suddenly, a flash-moving image of a man appeared. He held a manila envelope and was on his back, scurrying away from a man in pirate's clothing as he yelled for help. The assailant had a knife and a wolf, waiting for an attack. The vision became clearer as he felt himself running towards the man to save him. "Leave him alone!" It was May's voice. Right as she reached the man, her vision went white. She opened her eyes and looked around. She was lying on the ground, surrounded by Rainbow, Pinky, and Alice. She got up and shook her head, trying to keep the memory at the forefront of her mind. "Did you see anything? You kinda just fell over."
Yes, but it wasn't about the Torchic. There was something being attacked. The girl in the memory was trying to save him.
Rainbow cocked her head. "Something? What are you talking about? You're usually better at explaining animals to us than that."
It's, well,
First over her head.
I can explain. I've never seen a creature anywhere close to this, and they had the intelligence and language as us. What did it look like?
Pinkie Pie jumped down with excitement.
Well, the face was like that of a monkey's, but he had no hair on his face and was more defined. The only hair it had was on top of his head. It was quite short. It also stood on two legs and had hands, similar to a monkey's as well.
First, I looked up at you.
I'm sorry, I'm not great at explaining things.
Whatever. We still need to find that bird. Rainbow Dash tried up to the two Pokeballs that lay in the grass. That's strange. We took out one. Pinky, did you drop one?
Nope, mine is still in my pocket.
Pinky tapped on her pocket, causing the castles to rustle and clink. Fireside and Pinky began to slightly panic, glancing at all the trees to make sure there was nothing hiding in their midst. Rainbow picked up one of the capsules and opened it. It was empty. She sighed and closed it, after placing it in her pocket. She bent over the other one. It felt heavier to her. Pressed the button, and it causing a bright light fire to burst out from it. Rainbow backed away and dropped the Pokeball. Wings spread in defense. The light formed into a familiar figure and faded, leaving a smiling Torchic.
Touching!
It shivered and looked up to Rainbow. Did it just catch itself? Rainbow wondered as he inspected the Torchic. Why would you do that? Yes, she ruffled the Torchic's feathers.
Oh, maybe it did run away from Brenda and went to you. It's probably feeling lonely after I flying kind to you. Ooh, you scared me. Is it a guy?
Pinky rushed to Rainbow's side, placed her hoof on her friend's back. Rainbow began to think. How about Igni? That sounds cool. The Torchic began jumping up and down. It seems to like it.
He was a lot less fussy than when I was with him.
Fireside stayed, patting Ours on the head. She donned a frown and looked to the north. All she could think of the memory was the vision she conjured.
We should go find that creature. He could still be in trouble.
How do you know he would even be here? I mean, maybe that's supposed to happen later, or it already happened. Rainbow took Igni and placed him on her back.
Well, every time I've had a flash, it's been a time it's happening. I think
Fireside started pacing.
we have to go see.
Fine, Rainbow said as he created to the edge of the clearing. Let's get going then. The three headed through the forest's thicket, keeping their eyes peeled for the troubled creature. Fireside kept her ears perked for any sounds, but all she heard was the sound of rustling leaves. None of them made a sound as they peered between the trees. Neither Pinky nor Rainbow had a clear idea of what they were searching for. But Fireside did, as she was hoping the memory was false, or they were too late. The rays of the sun began to dissipate as an overcast of clouds gloomed over them. The once vibrant colors of the forest became muted and dull, and everything started to blend together. She kept her head east, hoping her friends were taking in other directions. The only visuals she remembered were the two figures. The layout of the trees were obscured, but she noticed sunlight dappled their clothes and skin. It was still sunny then.
What do you mean? Feels like we've been searching forever, and that fog isn't helping us out one bit.
Pinky stated, causing Fireside to turn her head.
Fog? What's she talking about? There's no fog, it's just...
Fireside's train of thought stopped as she saw a thick wave of fog heading towards them from the west.
This is all wrong. They were covered in sunlight, like it was a few.
She stopped, frantically jumped around to find the figure.
Oh no,
She whimpered,
we need to find him now!
Calm down. We don't even know if he's out there. Rainbow grabbed a hold of the frantic Pegasus. I know you haven't done things like this before, but you can't lose your head. Rainbow said in a calm voice. We don't even know if your memories are correct. They could be completely fake. Fireside's breathing began to stabilize as Rainbow backed away. It had been a while since Fireside heard Rainbow use that tone of voice. She figured it was the unfamiliar land they were in, caused her to act like she does with her weather team. She let a small aside and fidgeted in the fog, trying to avoid the silhouetted trees. Rainbow and Pinky followed close behind. After about an hour of searching, they found nothing. Fireside leaned up against a tree, taking a break from the search. Pinky was still hopping around, quickly peering behind each tree while Rainbow sat alongside Fireside. Ira stumped off her trainer's back and played around with Igni, each of them laughing as they rolled around. Rainbow watched them with fascination. So, we had to fight with them.
That's what Norman said.
Fireside explained. Before I got Igni, I was all ready for it. I never really owned a pet. Season 1 material. Gotta love it. So I never knew what it was like, Rainbow explained as she watched her Torchic run around. She paused. Igni began jumping on Alice's back, heavy chirping. He lost his balance and fell to the ground, but quickly sprang up. This might be harder than I thought. Fireside's ear twitched, catching the faint, bizarre sounds from the thicket. She turned her head and stood up, staring into the fog.
I thought I heard something,
she said. She crept her head closer to the north, waiting for the sound to come back. Pinky jumped over, crunching sticks and leaves as he went. Pinky! She's trying to listen for something.
Sorry, I'll try to be quieter.
Pinky halted, now tiptoeing closer to the Pegasi. Fireside slowly made her way, though. keeping her ears pointed to the north. With each step, she became more nervous. The noise was sickening, making her uneasy. A moment later, it cried out again. It was loud enough to pierce Pinky and Rainbow's ears.
What's that? It sounds like someone having a stomachache. No, it sounds like...
Firesight knew that sound. She increased her speed, hoping she could get there quick enough. Weaving her way through the trees, she had leaped over the fallen branches and charged her way through the thicket. She circled the knolls above his head, but she couldn't stop. Both her friends kept pace, seemingly unaware of what Firesight knew. A hazy figure came into view. It was lying on the ground, making it hard to see exactly what it was. Firesight slowed her gallop to a trot, trying to casually approach the creature. It had not made a sound since she started her gallop, making her nervous. After a few methodical steps, the creature became fully visible. It was a gray stallion in a white coat and black pants, a massive bite wound on his left shoulder. He was moaning and shaking, trying to stave off the pain. Firesight rushed over and tried to inspect the wound.
Are you alright? Can you hear me?
Forced his head over to the yellow Pegasus. I've been better. He trailed off in an episode of shaking and yells of pain.
What happened?
That wound doesn't look too good at all. Rainbow and Pinky caught up as he stopped. They looked at her and stayed to let Firesight get to work. She began digging through her pack, taking out a bottle of antiseptic and bandages. I was attacked. A pony came at me with a knife and a pucciana, just like that one over there. He looked at his rifle and pointed at the wolf who stood behind Rainbow Dash. Firesight looked over, jumping back from shock. She didn't hear anything following her, but just stood there staring at her. Turning back to the stallion, she began covering the wound with antiseptic.
Disgusting. I'm sorry.
The stallion bit his lower lip, trying not to make a noise. He panted and let his head fall back to the ground.
Who attacked you? Do you know why?
Rainbow got closer and inspected the area around him. It was some pony from Team Aqua. It was wearing a blue bandana and had black and white
stripes and blue pants.
Firesight finished. Both Rainbow and Pinky looked straight at Firesight, then to each other. The stallion stopped mid-sentence and looked at her dumbfounded. Firesight quickly recoiled.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You seen Team Aqua before? He asked and winced.
No, it was a lucky guess.
Firesight fibbed, and then went quickly to change the subject.
So, what was he after?
The stallion sighed. He took a package from me. I was making my way to the Devon Corporation, and he stopped me. He sent his dog on me and stole an important document I was delivering.
So he used his Pokemon as a weapon?
Firesight looked over at Rainbow as he paced, missed her coat. She took the roll of bandages and wrapped them around the wound, pulling hard to make sure it stayed on correctly.
Where did he go?
He went north, probably passed right through Rustboro City. Please don't go after him, though. It's Devon Corporation business. I don't want you Phillies to get involved in this.
Is there anything we can do?
Pinky asked. You're doing enough as it is. But if you really want to help, I do have something you can do. The stallion planted his hoof onto the grass and proceeded to stand. He wobbled and fell back down, grunting in pain. If you can, could you tell my boss about what happened? I expected a arrival with it, and they need to know now.
What about your job? Won't you lose it if you say it was stolen?
Firesight interjected. Don't worry about it. The stallion watched his wound, trying to soothe it. As long as they know about it, it's fine. So how are we going to go about getting in? They weren't going to let 3 random ponies talk to the president, will they? Rainbow asked as she looked over to Pucciana. Also, what should we do about this guy? She approached and began to snarl. Quickly she stepped back, making a stop. Well, that's new. Tell them you need to talk to the president about Project 746. The receptionist will know what you're talking about. He started trying to stand again, bracing himself better this time. Could you help me get out of these woods? There's a house in the next house I can stress that. Firesight took his injured foreleg and put it around her neck, trying to let to safety.
Could someone take the other side? I can't do this myself.
Pinkie Pie hopped over and took his right side. When Pinkie out of the way, the Pucciana pressed Firesight, nuzzling her torso. Pie shifted, trying to still hold on to the pony as the wolf tried to play.
Not now, maybe later.
The wolf looked at her eyes and backed off, keeping himself a good distance. Why does it come up to you, but when I get near, he growls at me? Rainbow asked, looking ahead. Whatever, I'll lead the way. Thank you so much for this, the stallion said, walking in sync with Firesight and Pinkie. The fog was lighter than before, giving way for details that showed themselves. It made it much easier for the four to navigate the rest of the woods. The striped Pucciana walked alongside them and glanced in all directions, seeming watching for sudden movements. The path to Rustboro should be straight ahead. You shouldn't be able to take much longer. They pressed on, sidestepping around trees and bushes, before seeing a clearing in the distance. Rainbow spread her wings, flew ahead and checked their distance. She turned and nodded towards the clearing, signaling them through. As they passed through the forest, a large city sprawled in front of their eyes. Giant towers threatened the sky and loomed over the trees and houses along the path to the city. They appeared as sentinels, silently standing in the fog's mist. Hoennshy took her eyes off the sight and noticed a small house west, right near the beginning of the path.
Is that it?
She asked, pointing to a house over her head. Yeah, that's it. He grunted and fell to his knees, picking both Hoennshy and Pinky with him. Struggling, they brought him back up and trekked to the building. It was small but cozy. Nestling himself amongst the trees, Rainbow dashed inside and looked in, inspecting these buildings thoroughly. They crossed over a small wooden bridge and made their way to the front door. There was a sign that read, Westboro Rest House, hanging on the door. Rainbow knocked away for an answer. Light flickered in the window, as he could hear something approach. Hello, and welcome to... A brown unicorn stated as he opened the door. He stopped mid-sentence, glaring at the injured employee. What happened here?
It's a long story. Can we come in? I heard your house trainers needing rest.
Hoennshy asked, trying to look around the unicorn to see inside. Well, I can't refuse an injured traveler. Please, come in. He stepped inside, revealing an inside filled with beds and an area to cook. There were several other ponies inside, each with their Pokemon out. The frightened them intrigued Hoennshy, but he had other pressing matters to attend to. Seeing Pinky brought the stallion to a bed and laid him down, making sure he stayed on his left side not to ruin his shoulder more. With that taken care of, Hoennshy turned to Poochyena down on the floor, wagging its tail.
Why did it fall all the way over here? Shouldn't it be still in the forest?
Hoennshy wondered as he began inspecting the wolf.
I don't know. I didn't even hear it behind us when we were finding this guy,
Pinky said.
Do you want to be my friend, Wolf?
Hoennshy asked, rubbing its fur. Closed his eyes began wagging its tail.
Poochyena! Anna, Poochyena! I'll take that as a yes.
It barked happily. Poochie! Bart did as he dug into her bag and pulled out a white Pokeball. She brought it to close to the wolf, far enough away for it to make its own decision. Without hesitation, the Poochyena tapped the button into the Pokeball. He opened it and fell to Poochyena in a white trapped inside. So let go of it, letting it fall to the floor. It wobbled back and forth a few times before it was completely dormant. So he picked it up and looked at it, smiling.
I'll have to name you later.
Oh, sure. Little Miss Master of the Stair and high-powered Pegasus with the freaking druidic powers has it easy. Some of us actually have to work for our catches.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to mess you up. Is there anything I can make it feel better?
No, Flyers, you're okay. Ugh, thanks. Stein spoke up. I got something to reward you, but that thug took my wallet as well. I'm sure Mr. Stone will be able to reward you kindly. He took the blanket and draped it over him.
Will you be fine by yourself? I mean, you're so badly injured.
Hoennshy asked. Oh yeah. I'm sure if anything happens, the pony who runs it can help. When you reach the city, it's on Celestial Road. It's about 4 blocks north to your left. It's the tallest building on the road. You can't miss it. He mentioned over to Hoennshy, bringing her head closer to his. Remember, it's Project 746, he whispered.
Why do you trust us so much with this?
She said under her breath.
Is it really that important?
He chuckled. No matter what, they'll find out eventually. The project name isn't important. I'm just trying to get the news there faster. Doesn't it hurt anyone that 3 Philly trainers know that Devon is working on a project? First I looked at her head and backed away from the stallion, placing her new Pokemon in her bag. She turned towards the door.
Well, let's go.
She didn't want to leave the stallion, but he had no choice. They smiled to the unicorn and went to Westboro City.
What should we do? I really don't want to get involved in something like this. Well, more than we already have been. When you going to adventure? Pinky gasped. I always wanted to go on an adventure. I mean, the Nightmare Moon Dragon Church for fun, but this has intrigue and suspense. Pinky began hopping as they turned north. Yeah, adventure sounds good, Rainbow said. I mean, as long as we're here, might as well do something cool, right? I guess, Fireside squeaked. Great! Let's do it right away, so you have a better story to tell when we get back. We can get some pies and stuff later. Adventure calls! Pinky let her expectations get the best of her. We don't even know if this will lead to anything. Well, you can't always use that weird memory thing again, can't you? Words for that pony. We were just a little late, Rainbow said. Let's just deliver the news and be on our way. We should probably talk about this when we know more about it, shouldn't we? Where's I asked as they approached the beginning of the city's main road. Yeah, that's fine.
Rainbow looked over at Pinky. The pocket test began to start beeping, entirely Fluttershy. She closed her eyes and groaned. She took the Pokedex out, flipped it open. The screen flickered, and the automated voice ran through its routine. Westboro Gym at 3:30. First I repeated this to her friends. She looked at the clock. 12:15 p.m.
Well, we have enough time at least.
So we train a little bit before your fight? I mean, ours didn't do so hot against Norman. Rainbow asked in a normal turn.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt.
Fluttershy said painfully. She swallowed nervously and looked over to Igni, who was sleeping on Rainbow's back.
If we can fist this early enough, maybe we can spar?
I thought you'd never ask, Rainbow said with excitement. I can't wait to see what Igni can do. She sighed and looked at Fluttershy. I know what I said back in the forest about Igni, but there really are ponies out there using these creatures as weapons. We have to be ready for anything. They both looked on ahead and stared at the sea that was laid in front of them. The streets were crowded with ponies without their Pokemon view, all of them dwarfed by the massive buildings. It was like Camelot to them, except the buildings were more rectangular and dully colored. The layout was much more structured and rigid. The ponies trotted with suits and formal dress, while others in more adventurous attire. A battle took place on the side of the road between two ponies. Each of them looked like they were only sparring.
I'm so hungry. Can we stop somewhere to eat?
Pinky asked, rubbing her stomach. After we visit that Devon company. That is what you wanted, Pinky, Rainbow said.
Okay, Ducky.
Pinky exclaimed as they traveled another block. Fluttershy couldn't help but stare upward at the towers. They eclipsed anything she had ever seen built by ponies, and it amazed her. Glass surrounded the perimeter of each of the buildings, and fanciful decorations guarded the front of each, attracting the view of every pony. She turned her head towards where they were walking, looking at the sign where they were approaching.
Alright, let's see. That was 1, 2, 3 blocks?
Pinky asked. Yeah, we're coming up to it now, I think, Rainbow said, turning her head to the left. Pinky and Fluttershy followed suit. Like every other street, it was lined to the brim with compact buildings. From one that stuck out. The tallest building on the street had an insignia of a slipping Pegasus wing, with a stark, expanding line running up its side to the bolted in the front. Small statues of ponies lay to the front, standing as guardians of the building. Ugh, I think that's the building,
The one with the statues?
Fluttershy asked. Well, he did say it stuck out. Wouldn't hurt to check it out. Rainbow spread her wings and flew towards the building, Fluttershy following. Pinky passed around a constant stream of ponies until they reached the front doors. There was the Devon Corporation, plastered on the doors. But suddenly stuck out to Fluttershy. There were no door handles. She got closer, scanning for the doors there was a way in. Once they got close, they slid open. Puzzling, she moved in closer to make sure it wouldn't close in on her. So he waved her hope behind the doors and remained motionless.
Well, I guess it's fine.
Peeking a rainbow passed her into the building's less interior. The carpet was a deep crimson, marking a strong contrast to the pale yellow of the walls. A man with reading glasses sat behind a counter. Once these three gazed down with stupefying fascination.
Can I help you?
The pony asked and removed her glasses.
Oh, yes. We need to talk to, the president.
Fluttershy responded. Uh-huh. The mayor said sarcastically. What do you see me, Mr. Stone, for? Rainbow jumped ahead of Fluttershy. It's about... What was that? Rainbow rushed to it. Oh, yeah! Project 746! The mayor sighed and pressed a button on the strange device and began speaking to it. Mr. Stone, there are 3 fellows here about Project 746, she waved her response. Anybody else being sick of cold fillies? Rainbow asked, staring at the receptionist. Follow me, the mayor said as she left the desk and began walking down a hallway. First I hesitated, then followed at a distance. After a few steps, she pressed a button on the wall that was on the side of 2 metal doors. Lighted at the top flashed number 3, and progressively reached down until it reached the letter G. Suddenly the door slid open and the front doors did. It's the top floor. Please don't take very long. Mr. Stone is a busy stallion. The 3 moved through the doors into a small, box-like room. There wasn't much inside except for a panel of buttons on the right door, and that same informative light on top. The 3 adjacent walls were foul of smell, allowing the 3 to see themselves. So, top floor, Rainbow said to herself. She pressed the highest button. How's this supposed to... The room began to shake and they could feel themselves being pulled to the floor. What's going on?
I don't know.
As I said, trying to make sure Alice was safe on her back. Just as the shaking began, it stopped. The door slid open, revealing a small hallway and a door on the end. Couches that lined the walls for them to sit on. They each exited the room, and doors closed behind them. Right as they exited, the door of the hallway opened. A stallion in a black suit and sunglasses motioned for the three to step in. First, I took a deep breath and followed the stallion's invitation. The room was as large as the base floor, but open and more grand. Windows lined the walls, leaving no sense of walls. Large 7 symbols sprawled across the floor in front of the large wooden desk, where a stallion sat in a plush chair.
So, you three must be here about Project 746, am I correct?
He said in a pleasant tone. It was a blue unicorn with a dark blue sweeping mane. He wore a dark brown suit with a mark stitchily attached on the lapel. It was a yellow crescent moon with a smaller white crescent inside.
Yes, we are.
First I couldn't help but look around the room as she spoke.
Found an employee of yours injured in the forest of the south. He told me that somebody from Team Aqua stole the documents pertaining to it.
Is that so?
He said, pacing himself on the desk.
I'm not surprised.
Does that mean you're not gonna fire him?
Hmm. Why do you care so much about one pony's employment status?
He stood up and approached the three.
Well,
First I shuffled her foreheads and lowered her head.
I haven't seen such caring young mares in a long time. You remind me of my daughter.
First I had perked up.
Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I'll make sure you three are rewarded in kind. Can I see your pokenaps?
Poke what? Rebo asked. The stallion chuckled.
I thought every premier had one by now.
He tried back to his desk and opened a drawer, pulled out 3 devices with open straps coming out from the bottom.
These are pokenavs. They're quite essential for every trainer. They're a Devincorp design.
He handed them over, handed each one of them.
They come with a map, clock, touchscreen, feeding timer, everything you need pre-installed.
why would you get these for free? Seems like a little much.
First I asked.
I'm letting you keep them under one condition.
He tried back to his desk and sat down.
My daughter, Stephanie, is doing some research in the case of Dewford Town. I can't contact her at a moment. I need a letter delivered to her right away. You seem trustworthy enough.
But
Don't worry. Whatever's inside will mean nothing if you peek, I can assure you.
One to 2 black-suited ponies handed Fireside an envelope.
Dewford has a gym, and since you trainers should be going there anyway, I heard there are quite a few of rare Pokemon there as well.
One of the ponies began escorting the three out the room.
Good luck!
He yelled as they approached the door. Fireside was the last to go through, so he overheard the other two on the end talking quietly to each other.
Did you see the 2 ponies that were once a yellow Pegasus? Yeah, what about?
Well, don't they look familiar? As he was pushed out the door, it strained to hear the rest of the conversation. The door closed, leaving the three to stand alone in the hallway.
this is so exciting! I can't wait to see what this Stephanie looks like.
Pinky said, as he hopped towards the metal doors.
Wait, were they just talking about you two?
Oh well, they can talk about us all I want. I'm sure it's because we're expert trainers. Rainbow said with confidence. Fluttershy sighed and walked to the metal doors. To one sideline glance at Mr. Stone's office. After a short sigh, he walked through the metallic room and watched the stallion's office disappear behind the stylish steel doors.